Hi guys, Asian movie recaps here. Today, we'll be recapping another fantastic film. In the meantime, please like and subscribe to our channel so that we may continue to provide movie recaps with plot twists and intriguing storylines. It may only take a few seconds for you, but it allows us to upload daily videos as soon as possible. Let's get started. An elderly woman regains her youthful appearance, changes her name and embarks on a quest for happiness. A woman named Mal soon is talking to a man, Mr. Park. They work at a cafe for the elderly. A woman walks in and orders American coffee and Mal soon laughs at her loudly and tells her that what she means to say is Americano coffee. They get into a battle of words and soon it gets physical as Mal soon grabs the woman's hair. Mr. Park tries to separate them but fails to, as they hit him and he falls to the floor leaning against the counter with a bloody nose. At home, Mr. Park is being tended to by his daughter. She complains about Mal soon's behavior. Mal soon appears then and tells the young woman that she hasn't matured and that she talks back to her father. His daughter tells her to apologize to her father first and Mal soon says that Mr. Park shouldn't have butted in. She gives Mr. Park a black bag containing some groceries and she walks away. Mi Park's daughter then says she is a nasty grandma and says she was probably born that way but her father trees and tells her that Mal soon has a heart of gold. His daughter says this is why she refuses to get married because she is scared of meeting a mother-in-law like her. Mr. Park berates her about marriage and then runs after Mal soon. Back home, Mal soon is criticizing her daughter-in-law. She says the braised fish she made isn't that good and nags about how it is best made. Her daughter-in-law doesn't respond and then sees her son, Ban Ji-ha. She asks where he is going and he says he is going to an audition. He is reminded that he promised to keep his music as a hobby and makes reference to his sister who studies all night but still can't find a job. The sister in question wakes up and asks why they are bringing her into the matter. Ji-ha says that she doesn't study. Mal soon steps in and asks her why she is yelling at him first thing in the morning. She also asks her how she has suffered as all she does is stay home all day while her husband makes money. She turns to her grandson and hands him some money telling him to get something yummy for breakfast. Ji-ha thanks his granny and leaves. Mal soon's daughter-in-law tells her that Ji-ha is almost a senior in college and needs to get ready to get a job. Mal soon interrupts her and asks how being a singer makes him a clown. She tells her daughter-in-law that singers get medals for promoting countries and such. After the audition, Ji-ha berates his bandmate about her performance on stage. He says that she was out of tune and at that rate, she is going to be coughing up blood. She tells him that their playing was awful and their songs suck and she adds that his name, Ban Ji-ha, sucks too and she storms off. Pan shouts after her that his grandma could sing better than she can. Granny admires a pair of shoes and asks if there is a sale. She leaves to find a cheaper pair of shoes but fails to find any. As she gets home, she finds the doors open and her daughter-in-law Orija is missing. She collapsed and had been rushed to the hospital. Her family waits outside the operating room. When she comes around, she asks for her mother, and Mal soon moves closer but Orija wants her to leave. Later Orija's husband talks to the doctor who says that the surgery went well and she just needs to rest for a few months to recover. That night the grandchildren are arguing about what to do with their grandma. Unknown to them, Mal soon is standing just outside the door and she hears everything. She doesn't resist the idea of the nursing home. She just says that if Orija gets sick again, she won't be there to be blamed. Later, she is sitting at a bus stop crying when she gets a call from her grandson. He tells her that he is hungry and they arrange to meet at a station by 8 o'clock. She ends the call and looks up. Across from her is a photo studio. She decides to go in and get her picture taken. She chats with the photographer about a famous actress, Audrey Hepburn, and how pretty she is and the movies she has been in. During the conversation, she learns that the actress was dead. It had been almost 20 years and the actress didn't get to age. The photographer says that Mal soon would have been pretty like Audrey Hepburn when she was young. Mal soon blushes and says that she was admired by all the men and she was the youngest daughter of a wealthy family. She sits down for the picture and the photographer tells her that he will make her look at least 50 years younger. The photo is taken and then she leaves the shop. Mal soon sees the bus leaving. She starts running after it and after a while, the bus stops when the driver sees her in the mirror. She gets in and sits down and then a young man who had taken the seat in front of her approaches her. She wipes the sweat from her face with a handkerchief and it is revealed that she has become young again. The young man asks her where she is going and makes a comment about her clothes. She asks if he is blabbing at her and he tells her that he digs her. At that moment she sees her reflection in his shades and she turns to the window for a clearer view. When she sees her younger face, she screams. Mal soon returns to the location of the photo studio but when she gets there, she sees a restaurant in its place. She asks the woman working there about the studio, but the woman tells her that she has been there for 10 years and there is no photo studio nearby. The next morning, her family starts to look for her. They ask around for people who might have seen her or know where she is. Mr. Park says that he will do anything to get her back, including selling his house. Park asks if they can calm the police, but Mal-soon's son Ban says they can't until some days have passed. Park says that many bad things can happen during that time. The next scene shows her funeral. The picture used is the one she took at the photo studio. The family members are present and in tears. Mal-soon jerks awake suddenly. She had been dreaming. She is staying with a fellow cafe worker who used to be a servant to her family. She realizes that her body feels great and she starts pulling stunts and people watch. She checks her phone and sees missed calls. She wonders why they are calling when they want her to leave. She sees an elderly man in the locker room and realizes that she has been given a gift. She goes to the salon to get her hair styled and buys some fresh clothes and gets the pair of shoes she had admired before. She searches for a new place to stay and goes to Park's house where he had put up a sign looking for tenants. She gives herself a new name, Juri. She visits her home and leaves them a letter telling them to live well without her. Her granddaughter suggests reporting to the police, but her mother refuses and says that it will ruin her father's career. The next day, Juri is at the cafe and the woman who had gotten into a fight with Mal-soon asks Park about Juri. They chat for a bit and Park says that he is worried for Mal-soon and wants to find her. Juri gets on stage and begins to sing. Her voice is heavenly and it captures everyone's attention, including Park, Ji-ha, and two customers who have just entered. As the song comes to an end, everyone applauds her and Park wipes away tears. Juri sees Ji-ha in the crowd and tries to escape. Ji-ha and the producer run after her, but they can't find her. That night, Juri and Park are watching TV together when Ji-ha visits. He asks Juri to be a singer in his band. Juri agrees to be the singer. Ji-ha and his band perform for Juri and the loud, disorganized performance stuns her. When they finish, she asks Ji-ha if their parents know what they are doing. She says their song should move the heart and not the ears. She performs for them and they are blown away. They perform on a street in a new style with Juri singing and people love the performance and give generously. After the performance, the band chats while having a meal together. Juri says that she is 20 years old and they are shocked at how young she is. The band continues to perform and is gradually rising. The music producer who had been looking for Juri since he heard her perform finds her on a train and starts following her. Juri feels she is being followed and she hides. Han comes out and searches for her, believing he has lost her. He is startled when he turns around and sees her pointing a fish at him like a weapon. She accuses him of following her. When she tries to walk away, he tries to stop her and accidentally pulls down her shirt. She gets upset and runs to a police car around the corner. The man is arrested as he is driven away. He keeps asking for her number. Juri calls him a jerk and says men only want one thing. The next day, she visits Ji-ha in his home. She meets the family. Rija says she is very pretty. Juri is looking around the house and she asks to see her former room. Ji-ha is reluctant, but he finally gives in. While they are eating dinner, Juri comments on how Rija can make the braised fish tastier. At the police station, a cop tells Park that they believe Mal-soon has been kidnapped. They watch CCTV footage of someone using her card, but the person is hidden by an umbrella. Park recognizes the umbrella and starts to keep an eye on Juri. When she leaves the house, he searches through her stuff and sees Mal-soon's belongings. Juri meets Han at an audition. He offers to invite the band to his show as Rookie of the Month. They are happy and celebrate. When Juri returns home, Park attacks her with a stick from behind. The next scene shows Park on the ground. His hands are tied and his mouth is taped shut. Juri asks why he is behaving like a madman and removes the gag to let him speak. Park tells her that he knows her true colors and says there is no way he would not recognize those dentures. He recognizes her and he is overjoyed. Park tells Mal-soon's son and daughter-in-law that he has met Mal-soon. They demand answers, but he tells them to take it slowly. He hands him a letter from Mal-soon and they recognize her handwriting. He goes to pick up Juri from the bus stop in a bike and leather ensemble. She asks him if he has lost his mind. She reluctantly gets on his bike after accepting a rose from him. He takes her to her performance. They spend time at a water park after. When it seems like Juri is drowning, she is saved by Han. The two sit and talk. Han notices that she has injured her foot and asks if she is okay. Juri sees that the skin around her foot is looking old and she starts to panic. At home, Park pricks her with a needle and they realize that her skin ages when she is injured. Park's daughter walks in on them and getting the wrong idea. She tries to throw Juri out. Park tries to defend Juri, but his daughter throws herself on the ground and cries dramatically. Juri leaves. The next day, Park tells Ben-hyun that Juri is Mal-soon. Juri stays with Han in his flat. The two of them talk and Juri tells him that she is widowed and her son is grown up. They don't make sense to Han and he takes it as a joke. They have some drinks together and Juri covers him up with a blanket and sings a lullaby. When she is alone, she checks her foot and sees that it hasn't healed. At practice the next day, they are having issues with the song and Han suggests a new songwriter. He calls Juri the heart of the band and Ji-ha gets upset and accuses Juri of sleeping with Han. She hits and slaps him around, telling him how stupid he is, and the others record it. The next day, Juri and Park talks about the woman she fought with and she learns that she had collapsed from a stroke. Park comments that the elderly don't know how much time they have left. Juri decides to visit the woman at the hospital and she finds out that she has passed away. On his way to a show, Ji-ha is hit by a truck and rushed to the hospital. The group plan to meet at the hospital, but Juri says they should sing the song he wrote instead. She says they would be able to tell him that his song was awesome. They perform Ji-ha's song and it is a hit. At the hospital, Ji-ha needs a blood transfusion. Juri offers her blood but Park pulls her aside and reminds her that she will age if she donates the blood. She says she doesn't mind forfeiting her music career or aging, but she wants to save her grandson. As she is about to go, Ben-hyun walks up to her. She tells him that if she was born again, she would live life the same and wouldn't change a thing because she loves her son. They both shed tears and she goes through with the transfusion. A year later, Ji-ha is performing on stage with a new lead singer. Mal-soon is cheering him on from the audience. Mal-soon sees Han from a distance. She smiles and walks away. Park comes across the photo studio by chance and when he goes to pick up Mal-soon, he is young again. She gets on the bike and they ride away bickering as usual. Could something have happened between Han and Juri? Was the experience meant to teach Mal-soon a lesson about life? What do you think? Please let us know in the comment section below. What do you think about this movie? Share your opinion with us in the comment section below. Please subscribe and turn on post notifications for our daily uploads. See you in the next videos and thanks for your support.